Hi, I'm going to bring the devotional for you today based on Isaiah chapter 43, verse 4, which reads, "Since you are precious and honored in my sight, and because I love you, I will give people in exchange for you, nations in exchange for your life." This verse talks about being precious to God, and while that's what I'm going to be kind of getting at, it's not what gave me the idea for how to do this. I actually came up with the idea having dinner last night, which has led to quite a horrible analogy I'm about to give you, but bear with me. So I have this really bad habit of chewing on my lips, which seems harmless at first until it gets to the point where I go too long and then you chew too far and you start to bleed. It's not fun, it's bad. Anyway, back to the dinner analogy. So I ordered this sweet and sour Thai dish, I think. Just some takeout, good stuff I've had before. And, I'm sitting there eating it thinking, nothing I've ever had a problem with. But all of a sudden, I start to feel this burning sensation because I chewed away at my lips earlier in the day. So they were still raw and unhealed and unable to deal with the tiny, tiny, tiny amounts of spice that were in the dish. And that kind of got me thinking, just in the same way that I chewed away at my lips, the way we think about ourselves and treat ourselves can chew away at ourselves, at our lives. So thinking about yourself in sort of a negative light or holding yourself to sort of impossible standards and berating yourself when you don't reach them, it can chew away at you too when it, over time, left unchecked, it can really take a toll. It leaves you raw, slightly irritated, and then all of a sudden something happens, an incident, a conversation, just something happens that normally wouldn't bother you, wouldn't have any effect, but but all of a sudden it hurts. It stings and you struggle to deal with it. Just in the same way that I struggle to eat that dish that I ordered for my dinner, when you've chewed away at yourself like that, small, regular activities can become more difficult. And then you get mad, because it shouldn't. So you berate yourself, you chew away at yourself more and more. And little by little, over time, it gets worse. The stinging becomes a burning, the cut begins to bleed. And all the while you're hurting and confused because none of this should be hurting at all. You're better than this. It's nothing. You're being weak, oversensitive, dramatic. You're chewing away at yourself. What we say about ourselves, how we think about ourselves, the way we deal with our failures and our shortcomings, it affects us. It affects us a lot. So treat yourself kindly. Like the verse says, "You are precious and honored in my sight." We're not perfect, but we are precious. So, try to treat yourself gently.